I am not an artist, but if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I've gotten pretty good at making stuff look decent in Google Slides. So today I am putting these skills that I've developed to the test and pushing Google Slides to its limits by following a Bob Ross painting tutorial in Google Slides. Now, how am I going to do this? Well, first thing, if you've seen my other videos, you know that sometimes I use MS Paint for creatures and stuff. Banning MS Paint. No MS Paint. I'm only allowed to use the tools directly native in Google Slides. Is it possible? I don't know. I think it could be possible. It makes sense that it would be possible. But like I said, I am not an artist, so we'll see how well I can do it. So here's my canvas, and here is my teacher. So, and I mean, what else do we need? I guess my tools at the top, but I think we're ready to begin. Hey, Bob.
Hi, glad to see you today. You got the liquid white on your canvas, your colors all set up and ready to go? Well, I hope so. Today I thought we'd do a fantastic little painting that's very simple. And we're only going to use about 3 colors, some black and white and a little bit of crimson.
See, this is very good for me because it means I don't have to make a bunch of random colors.
Started. Now I've already got the canvas covered here with a nice even coat of the liquid white. It's all wet and slick and ready to go.
Oh my God!
Okay, Bob, let's keep it together.
By tapping it, you get a nice even distribution of color all the way through the bristles. Okay, let's go up here.
Interesting, Bob, interesting. Red for a winter scene? Well, we'll have to see how it goes. I'm going to go ahead and let him explain what he's doing. And once he's done, we'll see what I can do.
Right there. Right there. Tiny little bit of pink. Just a little bit of color. This painting's going to be just in the right. This one tiny area right here. This here's just one little interesting. And these monochromatic type pictures are excellent because you got these values. There we go. And that's the only time with the increase in this whole painting. And it's going to play a little bit.
Okay, I'm just finishing adjusting it now, but what I've done here basically is create 3 circles that have a slightly transparent pink color. And so that'll basically recreate that red that he uses, I think, to the best that I can do in Google Slides. Obviously, the shape's not exact, but we'll see how it looks in the context of everything else in the painting.
I'm going to go right into the black.
Okay, let's do it, Bob.
Just a little bit of color. Let's put some happy little cloud things. Oh, they're just floating around. Now this will mix with the liquid white, and all kinds of beautiful little colors will happen, little values. Let the canvas work. Let the brush work. Just have fun here. Just wander around, play. Where do you want to go? There we go. Make a little touch right here. Just a corner brush. Make little tiny circles. Little tiny circles. And stay one place. Just keep brushing. Keep brushing. See all kinds of little action happening here. All right. Now let me wash the brush. Let me wash the old brush, and this is just with odorless paint thinner. There's a screen in the bottom of my can here. Shake it off.
Nice shot!
That really is the fun part of this whole technique.
Wow, Bob, just
Okay,
wow.
let's go back
Okay,
up
while
here
he's
now,
doing this
and
paint
we're gonna
thinner and
begin
blending things together, I'm
just
going to go ahead and start my
gently
attempt on this
blending
black
Use all
cloud
kinds of
type
little
thing.
patterns. The circles and X's. Keep moving live actions in here. There we go. Just keep working. Like that. So basically still using the corner brush. And now I'm this black color. You can come down here into the pink area. There we go. Little tiny circles and X's. All kinds of patterns. There. Just blend it. See, this one is a nice story sky. You stop this one if you want to. It's a nice story sky. It's a story color. That's what I'm doing the paint. Okay. I'm going to brush them. Switch colors right down here. Just nice also. Clean up the excess pink out of the brush. Okay. That's fun. Watch your brush again. There.
I'm going to go ahead and speed through this since Bob is already onto the highlights, but basically what I'm doing here is I've taken this brush type shape and I'm spreading it all around the canvas to make it look like the effect of like bubbly clouds, although a little bit more rolling than just like the regular cloud image that you can pull in Google Slides. The other thing that I'm doing here is changing slightly the angle, the shape, the scale of these brush marks so that it looks a little bit more varied than just the same object spread around a bunch of times.
Shake it off. Now then, today I'm gonna use the old round brush. I'm gonna grab it, go right into some of the titanium white. There we go. Pull it through there. Get a lot of paint on it. A lot of paint. Look at the end of that brush. It's full of paint. Okay, let's go up here. Now then, you have to make some decisions. I decided today I want some happy little clouds in this sky.
While Bob is doing this, we're going to go ahead and follow along by adding some lighter marks to indicate clouds and also blending the colors together to make it look more like an actual sky.
Just let them bounce around and play. Now, just throw them in. Throw them in. Keep that brush going in little circular patterns. Little circular patterns. There we are. You have to make decisions. Where does your cloud live? Oh, there it comes, right down through there. Keep the brush moving. There's a little hair. We'll just lift it right off. Okay. If you get a hair on your canvas, just take the corner of your brush, pop it off. It's no big deal. There, look at that. All kinds of little actions happening in the sky. All right, now let me take the 2-inch brush, and now very gently I'm going to begin blending the bottom of this. Decide which are your tops up here. We don't want to destroy them. We just want to blend the bottom, make it very soft. Bring all this together.
Now that the background blending and highlights are done, I can finally add some of the actual clouds.
This is like we normally do clouds, and in most of the other paintings that we've done had clouds in them. It's just that we're using very few colors in this one. There. Look at there, look at there. Just, now the white that I picked up here, I'm just adding it right down in here to make the indication of all kinds of little things happening. And I'm just going to begin blending this. You can lift it in some places, some don't. It's a fun little sky. Be happy when you do this. There we go. Remember how free clouds are. They just float around the sky. Just lay around the sky all day having fun. There. Look at all the things that are happening in that sky, though. And you've really done very little work, but there's a lot of depth in it. And if you want to create the illusion of even more depth, you can come back in here and put in more individual clouds.
Now with the clouds done, it's time to finally start adding some actual terrain.
Okay, and I'll wash the round one too while I'm in the brush washing business. I've already got the cameraman mad at me over there. All right, we'll just use the round brush. I'll go to a little bit of white and a little bit of black. I'm just going to make a grayish color here. And turn it just like so, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, see, that brings it to, not quite chiseled, just sort of sharp. Let's go up here. Maybe way back here in the distance somewhere, there's a happy little foothill that lives. So all you do is touch, just using the corner, see, and pull it downward. Just pull it downward. Make all these happy little foothills.
Gotcha, Bob. Foothill time. Obviously, I can't do all of these details to the same extent that he does. I have no way to do like a brush mark that goes up or down, at least that I know of yet. I don't know, maybe there is. But anyway, basically what we're going to do here is just create a giant row of triangles. It's not too hard. I mean, it's just a bunch of hills. Now, the thing he does a little bit later is going to be more difficult to do, and that is his fog, although I have a plan for that, as you're going to see in a second.
And just half the base. Just the base, though. I don't want to destroy the tops. Just the base. And then very lightly lift upward. Now, you know, we say over and over again about creating depth in your painting. Depth in a painting is created by having different planes in your painting. The more planes you have, the deeper the painting looks.
So to add this fog, basically what we're going to do is we're going to use a secret technique that most people don't know is in Google Slides, or at least I don't think most people know that it's in Google Slides. If you know that it is, let me know in the comments. Any object, for text, for a square, for a circle, whatever, you can add a reflection. What reflection does is it takes whatever your object is, and I mean it reflects it, but not only does it reflect it, but it adds this sort of dithering effect where it becomes more faint as it reaches the bottom. I don't know how to achieve this other than through the reflection, but using the reflection, putting it in the square behind all of the clouds and stuff that we already have here, basically creates this like descending, like almost like there's shadow that's like at the top but not quite at the bottom, and that's going to be great for making it look like the mountains are within the fog but not in front of it or straight behind it.
Where these planes come together, the thing that separates them is that little light area right in between. See, if it wasn't for that little light area, they would just almost blend together because there's very little difference in color.
Looks like while I was explaining that, Bob got a little bit ahead of us, so we're going to have to speed it up to catch up. Next thing is the next layer of hills, which is going to be in front of the previous one. Like he just mentioned, the fog is going to help make those two distinct.
Now, very lightly, lift upward. Create all the happy little misty effects. Isn't that simple? It's a lot of fun. Let's use the old fan brush today. I'm going to take a fan brush. There we go. Go right into a little bit of the white. Load that fan brush full. A lot of paint into it, both sides. Look, see? A lot of paint in there. Let's go up here. Now you have to start making some decisions. Maybe there's some little snowy things that live way back here. And this is where you begin creating the lay of the land. The way the land flows. And think about where your light's going to strike. Maybe there's a hill right there. So you can begin creating all these little things. Maybe this hill runs, we don't know where it goes. Maybe it runs right on up through there somewhere. Very soft strokes.
As you can probably already tell, we're reaching the bottom of the slide, which means we're not going to be able to fit everything on the painting. But I'm going to do my best. So following along with what Bob is doing right now, I'm going to work on doing some of this white landscaping at the bottom, and then he's going to add some brush and some trees, which we'll see in a minute. I will do those too.
Very easy to make like this. Very, very easy. I'll go back to this old round brush and just tap it in. Tap it in.
And actually, you might be surprised by this. The foreground is the hardest thing to do. Like, seriously, the background was like, it was really annoying to make with the shapes, but it was not hard. The foreground, getting all these angles right, is really, really hard, guys. I cannot stress it enough.
The deeper your painting's going to look. Now I'm going to take a little bit of the white, and I'm going to grab some of this bottom color and just pull it out. Let it be shadows. This is what separates. This is what separates all the little goodies, all the little pretty things here. And you can put little bumps and wiggles, and you know, there's little stones in here that the snow's on. You can't see the stone, but the light hits. It makes all those little things happen.
Here, I'm trying to recreate the angle of the shadow by using a triangular shadow, where previously I've been using the rectangles for the mist. I'm using a triangle here to try to make that angle. It's not going to go super well. Well, actually, it is going pretty well, to be honest, so I'll just let you guys look and judge for yourselves.
Teach you probably more than the ones that have a lot of color in them. There, I'm going to tap a little of that and just see, we're bringing a little of that up, pushes all that back. And every once in a while when you're painting, step back and look at your painting. When you step back, you get a whole different view than when you're standing this close to it and looking. Okay, let's have some fun here. Let's be crazy. I'll just use this old big brush here. Grab a little white in there so it's not totally black. Now, pull it through the paint and wiggle it. Give it a little wiggle. That brings the paint out toward the end of the bristles. And then sharpen it, just like you would a fine knife. Look how sharp this brush is right there. Look at that. So you could almost shave with that. All right? Maybe there's a happy tree that lives right there. See? There you can really see how sharp it is.
Here's the last thing I'm going to add to the painting, which is Bob Ross's tree. Famously, he makes so many trees, so many pretty happy little trees. And I think I do a really good job here. I'm going to be honest, I think that for Google Slides, this is really great. So you can see me messing with the trunk here. You can see his tree in the top left. Just look at it. This is going to be the last thing we add, so I hope you guys have really enjoyed this video. I thought it was really fun to make. I know I usually do like game shows, but I thought that this was a fun change of pace. I hope that you enjoy it. If you want to see more like this, let me know. If you knew any of these Google Slide strategies that I use, let me know. Let me know what you think of the painting. Honestly, like for Google Slides, I think that it's like not bad. So yeah, I would say success. Anyway, go check out my other videos if you like this one. They're more funny. This is just like a kind of like a cool thing that I thought would be interesting. But yeah, cool. All right, see ya.
I've got several letters in. So from all of us here, happy painting. God bless.